Festivities wrapping up, and we'll be back to get this season started right after this. Hello and welcome. Thanks for joining us. Opening day baseball on the show. The Atlanta Braves and the Washington Nationals. With my partner Chris Singleton, I'm John Shambi. All right, partner, ready to go. Always a pleasure to get things started with you on opening day.
Well, Happy New Year, buddy. And anyone that's involved in baseball, even though it's not January 1st, this is the start of a new year. Every team has playoff hopes. I love this time of the year. I'm excited to get things going.
All right, we'll be back to get this one started after this. All right, just about set to go. And towing the slab in this one, number 18. What should we keep an eye on here?
There's always a bit of a learning curve for rookie pitchers. You've got to get familiar with these big league hitters, and it's more of a chess match. But I think this kid's got good stuff and the potential to be great.
All right, ready to get underway. Now, Ronald Acuna Jr. The line to kick the pitch. And that one missing low. So a pitcher making his major league debut and getting the opening day start. Not something we see very often.
No kidding, Boog. And just look around the league here on opening day. You'll see a lot of proven aces getting the start. So they're hoping that that's what he can be for this organization. Someone who can start a bunch of opening days for them in the future as well.
And it goes just foul. In the air, right side. Guerrero hustling after it. He can't get there. That should be extra bases. Into second safely. It's a leadoff double to start the game. Now in for the Braves, Michael Harris. Out towards right center field. Guerrero after it. Makes the catch. Runner tagging for third. And he's in safely at third with one out.
That is third. The right field.
Here's the Atlanta Braves lineup. The sluggers in this lineup might not be too happy about the fact that the wind is blowing in today, Chris.
Yeah, and you hear pitchers talk about how good it feels when the wind is at their back. And for hitters, you almost feel like beyond just the pitcher coming at you, you've got this other force coming against you. So important to try to get on top of the ball in terms of hitting line drives, maybe really hard ground balls with a good exit velocity that'll get you a base hit, because it's very frustrating. You just hit one on the screws, think it's going to go out of the ballpark, and a guy is camped underneath it in front of the warning track.
The 3-1. Got the bat going too soon. It's strike two. Swing and a high fly ball to left. Meneses settles under this one and makes the grab. Runner tags from third. It's a sac fly as he comes across to score, and it's 1-0.
So many times that one gets out of here and into the seats, but he'll take the sac fly RBI. Good job to get that run in from third.
Here's some real power at the plate. Eddie Matthews. The wind and the pitch. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again.
Well, lots of pitches thrown in this first inning. It's kind of that nightmare scenario for starting pitching. But you know what? It's still early enough. He can settle in. He can get some length if he just cleans up his mechanics a little bit.
Fouled off again, and it remains 3-2.
The idea was right. Looking to locate that fastball up and in. He just missed his spot a little bit.
And a swing and a miss, and that's that. So they get 1 run, 1 hit, no errors, and no one left. Bottom half of inning number 1 coming up. It's the Braves 1 and the Nationals nothing. Back here in Nationals Park. And towing the slab here, Greg Maddux. And as usual with him singing, I think we can expect plenty of strikeouts.
Yeah, Boogie's racked up over 3,000 strikeouts in his career, so expect to see more of the same in this one.
Here's the center fielder, Tim Raines.
For the Nationals, the center fielder, Tim Raines.
The wind of the pitch. And there's a ball. And a swing and a miss. And that just misses.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
So now 3-2. Swings and misses. Pulled the string on the changeup.
Tell you what, those are the types of guys pitchers really like to punch out when they're on the mound, because if they get on, just the distraction that they create with all that speed over on the base pass, it could take away your focus from the next hitter, and that's the last thing you want to do is serve up a pitch that a guy hits over the fence, and it's a multi-run home run.
Here's C.J. Abrams to hit. And a swing and a miss there. The 1-2. Gets a piece and stays alive. The 1-2. And the 1-2 misses to even the count. Good eye right there. This one popped up. Albies makes the grab for the second out. As we take a look at the Nationals lineup, they're dealing with a top-level arm on the mound, so this figures to be a tough matchup for them. What's the key to the offense today, Singy?
Well, Boog, I think when you got a guy that's this talented on the mound, you got to find ways to disrupt his rhythm, make him uncomfortable a little bit. The guys that can handle the bat and perhaps, bunt for a base hit, get him moving off the mound. If you're in the box and he seems to be just in a flow, step out, mess up his timing, somehow try to get in his head a little bit. And then when he does come in the zone, you may only get 1 pitch. You better not miss it.
Swing and a miss, and that's strike 2. And Singy, as a team, you need to make the most of the very few opportunities he's going to give you, right?
Absolutely. And if you don't get to guys like this a lot of times early, once they really settle in.
And there's the third out. That'll do it for the inning. Nothing doing for Washington. Still behind by a count of 1-0. Back in Washington, D.C. Now here's the switch-hitting power threat, Chipper Jones. Obviously a guy who makes good contact, hits for average, but one of the things in today's game, the value in the fact that he hits both righties and lefties. There's the strike at the knees. They're so reliant on the matchups nowadays, Chris, and it's huge when you don't have to sit a guy or platoon him.
when you can hit both sides in terms of pitchers' arms, you're a guy that it's hard to take out of the lineup. And I think it's very important today when everything is under the microscope. Well, that certainly feels good when you can win the at-bat after being down in the count, up against it with 2 strikes right there. Hooked around that pitch on the outside, but he was still able to square it up pretty nicely, and that takes quick, strong wrist to pull that off.
And now Matt Olson up to hit. And a 2-1 on the way. Swing and a miss. Still 2-2 after the foul ball. Runner at first with no outs here. In the dirt, blocked. No advance. Good job behind the dish. And that's ball 4.
Almost a coin flip for the umpire in that call, but most umpires just don't want to give pitchers a break up in the zone like that.
Here's Sean Murphy. Yeah, the 2-1 hammered but foul. Jones over at second. Olson at first with no outs. Foul ball, another 2-2 upcoming. On the ground right side, 4, 6, 3, and they turn the double play.
Sometimes double plays get turned so quickly that you don't really get to appreciate all of the finer details and how these guys execute them. Right there, really nice footwork, and a good feed to second was the key to pulling it off.
Here is Ozzie Albies up to hit.
Batting 9. The pitcher, number 31.
Here's the pitcher, Greg Maddox. The 1-1. And strike 2.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Swing and a miss, struck him out. 2 left for Atlanta, but they're on top, 1-0. Back here at the ballpark, we head to the bottom of the second. Up now for Washington, Gary Carter. He's kind of an outlier, especially when guys are consciously sacrificing contact to deliver power. Ripped on a line. Hank brings it in. 1 up, 1 down.
Batting 5th. The left fielder.
So up next, Joey Meneses. Swing and a miss for the strikeout. Pulled the string on the changeup.
He's locked in at the plate when he's using the whole field. He's out in front there. Just needs to let the ball travel a little more, and his timing will be back on track. Good pitch for the strikeout.
Now batting Jamer Candelario. In the air to left center. No trouble here. Puts it away for the out. And that's the 3rd out. Nationals go quietly. And it remains 1-0. Welcome back. On to the 3rd inning. Stepping in, Ronald Acuna Jr.
When he steps into the batter's box, the comfort level looks so high. It doesn't matter what kind of delivery that pitcher has, what kind of velocity, what kind of secondary stuff. He is so settled in there. He owns the home plate area.
1-2 now on Acuna. Swing and a miss. And he's down on strikes. One gone here.
That's about as nasty of a splitter as you'll come across, especially in terms of movement. I mean, that thing tumbles out of his hand and just drops off the table at the last moment. If he keeps it down, it's just so tough to put wood on.
Smoked on the ground a second. Gathers and throws to first. 2 up, 2 down. Two outs, base is empty. Hank Aaron next up for the Braves. Drove in a run with a sac fly his first time up. There's a swing and a drive. That's going back. Back some more. Makes the catch up against the wall. Braves are set down 1-2-3, but they still lead it 1-0. Here in Nationals Park, set for the bottom of the third, leading off Luis Garcia. And a pitch.
Whoa, that's down.
(3-1) and he couldn't come up with it.
Pretty easy walk right there. Last pitch wasn't even much to think about.
And it's Michael Chavis at the plate. It's interesting, he plays kind of a power spot defensively, but runs pretty well. So when you're looking at that position, you're not expecting someone that has maybe above average speed, but he does. The pitch. High fly ball down the left field line. That one's got a chance. Gone. His first homer of the year, and the Nats have the lead. It's 2-1. Well, that swing changes things.
Yes, it does. They were in striking distance. They found a way to fight back big time. When you have a team that hits home runs at such a high rate, they can get back in the ball game so quickly. That's why that leadoff walk was extremely costly.
Next to hit, number 18. Next one misses. 2-1. The wind of the pitch. Swing and a miss.
It can be tough to bounce back after a big home run, but nobody on, nobody out. You just have to treat it as a fresh inning.
Swing and a miss. Couldn't catch up to the heater.
Oh, nothing too fancy on the strikeout pitch right there. Just a low 90s fastball, and I'm not sure he was trying to challenge him, but that's pretty much what happened. Very hittable location, but he found a way to just get it by him.
Kicks and deals. Clips the corner. It's a ball and 2 strikes.
Man, that pitch was dotted. So much talent on display when this guy's out there on the hill.
Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. And a 1-2. And a foul ball. He stays alive. And the righty deals. Popped up. Jones makes the catch for the out. And there's 2 down.
Shortstop, C.J. Abrams.
So 2 down now, and here is C.J. Abrams. 0 for 1 so far. The 1-2. caught him looking for the K. Nats pick up a pair in the inning on this two-run homer. And it's now a 2-1 ball game. Start of the fourth, and now it's Atlanta's cleanup hitter, Eddie Matthews. Right-hander kicks, deals.
Well, after putting up a nice inning on offense, got some runs across, this is where you look for the starter to go out there, have a shutdown inning. Don't give that other team any hope. You just hope that he can get through this inning, get the bats back up there while they're hot. It's a good take.
And a swing and a miss. Down on strikes. Leadoff hitter retired in the fourth.
Pretty nasty cutter right there, and you're seeing that pitch, that location a lot more these days, and you can see why. Very difficult for hitters. I think the great Mariano Rivera can at least partially be credited for that thanks to the career he had with the cutter. It was just dominant. I tell you what, I felt like it was a moral victory whenever I could put that pitch in play. So I can feel for the guy right there walking back to the dugout.
And now it's 3-2. Spoils the two-strike pitch, and he'll see another.
These guys like this that have so much power, look forward to seeing them hit the ball a long way. But if you're in the stands, or you're in a broadcast booth, or you're a writer, better keep your eye on the game.
Swing and a miss at the splitter, and it's a strikeout.
Well, you always want those pitches back as a hitter. It caught a lot of the zone and definitely not the intended location, but those splitters can dance around and miss a barrel even when they're not perfectly executed.
Here's Matt Olson. He reached out a walk his first time. Next offering is down low. Two outs. Foul ball, and it remains a full count. Two down, nobody on. Battling here as he fouls it away. Left-hand hitter waits. The right-hander gives up the two-out walk.
What a battle. It's not always easy laying off a 3-2 pitch, and I tell you what, he earned that walk.
So here's Murphy now. The 1-1. Outside. And now it's even up. Olson off of first with two away. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. And that is that. One left for Atlanta, and they trail it here 2-1. And welcome back. John Chambi and Chris Singleton with you. And leading off the bottom of the fourth, Vladimir Guerrero. The 1-1. That one drifts inside.
Well, these Nats doing a great job, Boog, of just waiting for the right pitch to come their way, and I'm seeing very patient at-bats out of them. They're doing a good job of working the pitch count, and they've been able to push a couple of runs across to score as well.
The 2-2 on the way. Got him. And there's one down.
Came inside with that 2-strike fastball nicely and just bunched him up on the inside part of the plate. Couldn't get around on it and catch it out front. Many times if you do, it's a foul ball. And you know, a lot of pitchers, they really don't like working inside with 2 strikes because they do not want to hit that batter. And when they've got him up against the ropes, got to figure out a way to put him away. Did a nice job right there.
And the pitch. Good job to fight that one off. One down, base is empty. Fights that one away, still 1-2. Now a pop-up on the infield. And they take care of Carter for the out. That's out number 2.
Now batting, left fielder, Joey Meneses.
Here's the left fielder, Joey Meneses. Struck out swinging his first time. The 1-1. Foul ball.
It's so hard to slow yourself down when you see that juicy breaking ball, but the most success happens when you try to take that right back up the middle approach.
And a ball evens the count. That one ripped. Nice grab.
Make a great catch like that. It's all about timing the jump. His timing was perfect. Excellent grab, and he comes down with it. The inning is over.
Back in Washington, D.C. And now here is Ozzie Albies. The pitch. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. Righty to the plate. That one is upstairs.
He really committed to that fastball up at the top of the zone. He knows that if he makes a mistake in the zone, it gets hit hard by a power guy like this. That's a nice miss right there.
And the pitch. In the air out towards right center. Guerrero after it. Brings it in with a nice running grab. And there's one away. So in now is the Braves pitcher, Greg Maddux. His first at bat was a strikeout. Swing and a miss. And the count 1-2.
Man, that's just a nasty splitter. Bottom falls out of it. You don't see a lot of guys throw that these days, but I tell you what, he's got a good one.
And a pop-up right side, foul territory. Tries to make the play, but it's foul. And the next pitch is way outside.
Seems like it can be really hard at times for pitchers to throw the ball right down the middle. They're so used to working on the edges, but then you have a guy up like this. He can't hurt you. Just throw it down the middle.
Meneses puts it away for the out. And there are 2 down.
The batter, the left fielder, Ronald Acuna.
Back to the leadoff spot in the Braves lineup. Ronald Acuna Jr. next up for the Braves. 1 for 2. Ball to strike. The pitch. And misses inside. They say it went. And he deals. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. He swung over top of the curveball. Offense held in check there. Last half of the 5th coming up. It's the Nationals 2 and the Braves 1. Back here at the ballpark, ready to go for the last half of the inning. And now up for Washington, Jeimer Candelario. Here's a 1-1. And now 1-2.
He's pitching well, but not throwing a ton of first pitch strikes. Usually doesn't work out for success, but you can never predict baseball.
That misses. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. 1 down.
Typically that high fastball, if it's close to the top of the strike zone, a hitter is prepared for it, can get to it. But that one just had that little jump at the end, which indicates there's a good spin rate on it, and it didn't decrease in velocity as that hitter's internal clock would expect it to, and that's why you see the swing and miss.
The 1-1 is fouled off. The wind, the kick, and the 1-2. That one missed. Now all even up. Gets a piece and stays alive. And a pitch. And a ground ball to first, and that's just foul.
Well, he's having a tough time getting a pitch by him. As a hitter, you feel pretty confident that you're seeing different pitches still able to make some type of contact.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Back-to-back strikeouts.
Now batting.
Here's Chavis now. He's already homered in this one. Chavis drafted as a shortstop. The count 2-1. And that's in the dirt. And he walked him.
Well, that's a really good take right there, and that's just mentally prepared, knowing that if it's not on the tee, you're going to take that pitch because you still have one more strike to work with. Not easy to lay off, but he did an excellent job in that plate appearance.
Righty delivers. Swing and a miss. He was late. Strike 2.
I think he was sitting off speed there.
One and 2 here. Fights it off. You'll see another. The 1-2. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. Here comes a pitch. And now the count is even. Chavis off of first with 2 away. Got him swinging. So it's no runs on no hits, no errors, and a runner left. 5 innings complete. It's the Nationals 2 and the Braves 1. Top of the 6th inning. So now to the plate for Atlanta, Michael Harris. The 2-1. And a foul ball. Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout. And Chris, that's a way to neutralize his speed by keeping him off base.
And the defense breathes a sigh of relief because he puts pressure on everyone if he can put the ball in play. But that's how you do it. Keep him off balance, get him out of there, and deal with the next guy.
Hank Aaron next up for the Braves.
Almost drove one out of here last time up. Flied out to the warning track.
Next offering down low and in the dirt. Got it by him for the K. Back-to-back strikeouts to start the frame, and that's now 3 in a row.
Yeah, he's really settling in and getting a feel for his pitches, throwing them where he wants to right now. So we'll see how long he can keep this streak going.
Eddie Matthews next up for the Braves. The 2-1. And downstairs. The pitch. Swing and a miss. That is strike 2. The 3-2 is off the outside edge, and that is ball 4.
You know, I think he's okay with that outcome. It wasn't an intentional walk, but he wasn't exactly trying to attack the zone either.
Here comes the skipper, and we're going to see a pitching change in this spot. Number 18 will depart. Only 2 hits allowed for him, so a great effort. And we'll be back after a quick break to tell you about the new arm. Patrick Corbin on a pitch out of the pen here.
These are the spots relievers really make a name for themselves. Late and close. There's not much margin for error, but at the same time, there's a reason they're put in these situations.
And next for Atlanta, Chipper Jones. A switch hitter batting right. The 1-1. On a line, base hit. They stop the lead runner at second. Now 2 on with 2 outs. Here is Matt Olson. Left-hand batter waits. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Couldn't hit the fastball at the knees.
He's in a tough spot. Had to make a great pitch. Did it. Got the strikeout. Gets out of the jam. Clearly, he's happy with those results.
Welcome back. Bottom of the 6th. And now here's the Nationals leadoff man, Tim Raines. Kicks and fires. Swing at a ball lifted to center field. Albies tracks it down for the out.
That's a really nice play, ranging back into the outfield for that catch. We all know those can be a little tricky, especially if the wind's swirling around out there.
Next to hit for the Nats, C.J. Abrams. Popped up. Albies settles underneath it. Hauls it in for the out.
Up next for the Nationals, the right fielder.
2 outs, base is empty. Vladimir Guerrero digging in for the Nationals. Chris, baseball today, so many strikeouts, and they are available to pitchers. But this is a guy that puts the bat on the ball and is kind of different from the players that we see day in, day out. Tosses to the pitcher covering the bag. That's out number 3. And the Nationals gone in order. But they still lead it 2-1. Welcome back. We're in the 7th. We have a new pitcher on the mound, Hunter Harvey.
Well, the best relievers love the opportunity to come in and protect a tight lead late in the ball game. Some of them are just wired different, so we'll see what he's got here.
And it's even up. Activity in the Washington bullpen. Carl Edwards Jr. up and throwing. The tying run at the plate. Worm burner into the outfield for a knock.
Couldn't have timed it up any better than that. Timing on the swing was good. Able to shoot the ball up the middle. Didn't square it up as much as he probably would have liked, but that's a good approach paying off.
No outs. Runner at first. Ozzie Albies will hit next. He's 0 for 1. At the belt and fires. Inside, just missed. With a single base runner because of all the power. They are dangerous to tie this thing up or take the lead. Right-handed reliever. That one off the mark. 3 balls and a strike. Greg Maddux next to bat for the Braves. Murphy gets his lead at first. Nobody out. And there's ball 4.
Pretty much the last thing you want from your bullpen arms are free passes, especially in spots like this. Make the team earn their way on.
And now the pitcher, Greg Maddux. Corner infielders up on the grass expecting a bunt. So the tying run at second. Sack bunt towards third. Candelario on to first. They retire the pitcher on a textbook sacrifice bunt. Back to the top of the lineup. You have the left fielder, Ronald Acuna Jr. 1 for 3. This is what stat nerds like myself might call a high leverage situation.
Yeah, Boog, not sure what the numbers say, but clearly an at-bat that could change the course of this game dramatically. Don't be surprised, a ball on the ground to the corners, that they come home with the baseball instead of going to first base.
Calling for the intentional walk, and that loads up the bases. And the force play is now in order.
Well, it doesn't get much easier with this next batter, but I totally understand going with the intentional walk in that spot. He's just too dangerous at the plate right now, and there's a base open, so it gives you options defensively to get an out.
On the mound now, Erasmo Ramirez.
Well, no margin for error in terms of throwing strikes with the bases loaded. Just has to execute one pitch at a time to try to get out of this.
1 out. The possible tying and go-ahead runs on base. The next offering misses. 2-1.
This guy absolutely flies. The defense wants to turn 2, but they've got to get a ball they can do it with. Make sure you get the first out before you try to rush and get 2 and end up with nothing.
The 2-1. Ground ball right side. Diving, and he can't make the play. The tying run is in to score from third. It's 2-2.
Well, there you go. The RBI machine. Another clutch run scoring at bat.
Yeah, he's been so good in these situations. Call it clutch if you want, but his resume speaks for itself. And now the right fielder, Hank Aaron. Singy, you got to appreciate a guy who's this good defensively. I mean, watching him track balls in the outfield, it is beautiful. He caught it behind his back. Fires home for 1. Double play. What a clean killing to end the inning. But they pick up 1 run on the RBI single. 2-2 game. You're dialed into the show. And welcome back. Bottom of the 7th. Now it's the Nationals cleanup hitter, Gary Carter.
If you don't get ahead in the count, you can forget about having any success against him.
Next pitch is outside.
When you get to this part of the order, yeah, there's some pop there, but more likely there's some base hits. So very important to be patient. Let the pitcher walk you if he will.
The line to kick the pitch. Bounding ball here, rolls foul. And here's a 3-2. Fouls it back with 2 strikes. The wind of the pitch. Up the middle, Jones. Throw to first is in time, and they take care of Carter for the out.
No, he didn't recognize changeup earlier enough. Got out in front a little bit, rolled over on it, and beat it into the ground.
Joey Meneses digging in for the Nationals. Struck him out looking.
No, just couldn't pull the trigger on the fastball right there, and I don't think he was taking it, thinking it might be a called ball or anything. I just think he was flat out frozen. Did not expect that location, in my opinion.
Here's the third baseman, Jeimer Candelario. The 2-1. Just off the inside edge.
This is a really good feeling for a hitter at this point in the ball game. You know that they don't want to walk you, so you're going to get a pitch to hit. You just better not miss it.
The 3-1. 3-1, and he couldn't come up with it.
Well, 2-out walks are never good, especially when you're trying to get back into that dugout. But he's still in a good spot. He's just got to refocus and deal with the bottom of this order.
And now it's Luis Garcia. A strikeout and a walk. Swing and a miss. And it's 1-2. Movement in the Atlanta bullpen. Colin McHugh getting ready to come in for manager Brian Snitker. Free, a left-hander, also throwing. 1-2 now. That one down the line and foul ball. And a ball and 2 strikes. And that's outside. And here it comes. Spoils a 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another. Kicks and deals. Upstairs.
3-2, 2-out, runner on first. A lot of movement in the infield. Hitters got to stay focused on the pitch.
Michael Chavis would be next if they can extend the inning.
And he's homered already, so I'm sure he'd love a chance to do some more damage here.
And ball 4, 2 aboard.
That's a nice at bat and a great take on 3-2. Probably could have gone either way in that spot around the knees.
Brian Snitker out of the dugout, and he's going to make a change. Greg Maddux gives way. Just 1 hit allowed. He was excellent. And we'll have the new pitcher for you when we get back after a quick break. New pitcher on here, Max Fried.
Number 54, Max Fried.
So first and second with 2 outs. And Michael Chavis will get a chance to hit. He's already homered in this game. And a 3-1 on the way. And he takes a strike. Three-two now. The 3-2 is off the outside edge, and that is ball 4.
Second walk of the game for him, and he's been really patient at the plate. A game plan that he's sticking to. He's just not going outside of what he's looking for up there.
Bases loaded, 2 down. The 1-1 is fouled off. Here's a 1-2. Just off the outside edge.
Man, oh man, I don't know how you take that pitch. That's as close as it gets.
Popped up. Olsen settles under it. And that is the third out of the inning. 3 left for Washington. Score remains deadlocked at 2-2.
He thought he was going to be able to do more with that pitch. A run scoring opportunity, but a weak pop up. He'll be frustrated as he heads back to the.
Now on the mound for the Nationals, Mason Thompson. This guy can bring it velocity wise. Eddie Matthews getting ready to hit.
Well, look out here. He's going to come up ready to swing in this situation.
Swing and a miss. 2-2 now. The pitch. Swings and misses. Struck him out.
Stood absolutely no chance on that slider right there, and I don't mean to laugh, but that's a tough one. I mean, pretty much a perfect strikeout pitch. I mean, it looks like a fastball middle in, kind of has cutter action, and it just bunches you up to where you can't get your hands through and the barrel to it. And not much you can do unless you recognize the spin early and you spit on it.
And now Chipper Jones. The 1-1 is fouled off. The pitch. Fouls it off. Still 1-2. And the right-hander deals. Foul ball, still a 1-2 count. The pitch. Fights that one away. Still 1-2.
Also really good at bat. What I like about this guy, his bat stays in the zone for a long time. Gives him the ability to foul off tough pitches.
Here's a 1-2. And now 2-2. Right-hander kicks, deals. Line drive. And it's into the gap. The throw in. Not going to get him. He's in there. A perfect example right there. That plate discipline, it pays off.
The deeper he gets into a count, the more comfortable he becomes, and he usually wins the battle.
And now it's Matt Olson's turn to hit. Gotta be careful with this guy. He's got power. He can untie it with one swing. And a 1-2. And there's a ball. And that one just missed off the outside edge. Sean Murphy to bat next. 1 out. The go-ahead run is at second. Lined, and that's a base hit. They're waving Chipper home. He'll score easily. It's 3-2.
Big swing of the bat right there to give him the lead. That was clutch. Just a cookie down the middle. I mean, those are the ones you dream about. Ones in the cage, you're just hoping you get in the ball game. Right down the middle, not a whole lot of velocity, right on top of it.
Now in for the Braves, Sean Murphy. Next pitch is inside, and the count is 3-1. Righty delivers. Pulls that one foul. Olsen at first, one gone. Three-two. And that one is lifted in the air. That's down. One hops off the wall. Here comes Olsen around third. Now a relay to the plate. Slides his hand in there. Save. It's 4-2.
Everything came together for him. Put a really nice balanced swing on it. And when you can rope one into the gap like that, you're thinking extra bases from the first couple of steps out of the box. And he'll feel real good about that one.
On the pitch now for the Nationals, Andres Machado.
Just trying to keep this one close here, and this is where a bullpen can give their guys a chance to fight back into the game.
Ozzie Albies up to the plate. And a pitch.
Nope, upstairs.
In the dirt. To third. Tag. Got him.
Well, you want to see guys aggressive out there on the base paths, but you also want to see them smart as well in making their decisions. And right there, you couldn't really tell how far away that ball was. So if that's the case, you got to shut it down. He gets caught stealing there, takes himself out of scoring position.
Good plate appearance there. Able to take the walk.
One of the things about that two-out walk, the base runner over at first base is going to have a very aggressive secondary lead. So a ball down the line or into the gap will produce a two-out RBI, and those are the best. That is, if you are the offensive side of it.
Here's a 1-1. Way high. That one's in there. 2 balls, 2 strikes to count with 2 outs. The pitch. Popped up first base side. That one gets down for a hit. Throw stops the lead runner at second. 2 on and 2 out. And here is Ronald Acuna Jr. And a pitch. And a foul ball. He stays alive. 2 outs. Couple of base runners at first and second. The 3-2 is off the outside edge, and that is ball 4.
So close to getting out of it right there, but this inning still has life.
Michael Harris now at the plate. Siggy, he's got a history of coming through into big spots. I know I like to talk about, I'm not sure whether clutch actually exists, but you look at the numbers, and this guy always seems to deliver in those spots.
2 balls, 1 strike.
In situations like these, the air can get really thin up there at the plate. Got to find a way to breathe and slow everything down.
That's in there. 3-2 now.
Base knock here really gives them an opportunity to take control of this ball game. You don't want that other team to think they have a shot, and a knock here would be a big blow.
That one misses, and that'll bring home a run.
He's really gotten himself into a mess out there, and now forces home a run with the wall. This inning's definitely getting away from him.
2 outs, bases full. Now it's the right fielder, Hank Aaron. 2 outs. And that one fouled off.
Definitely got the hitter conscious of the pitch inside. Really think the outer half is open.
2 outs. Bases are full. The next pitch misses, and it's 3-2. Eddie Matthews on deck for Atlanta. That is ball 4, and that'll bring home a run.
Man, that's a tough one to take on the full count, but I guess he saw it really well. It's a really nice plate appearance.
Pitching change here, Carl Edwards Jr.
And he steps right into a bases-loaded jam where this game could kind of get blown wide open. Just needs 1 out to get out of it, so this is a huge matchup coming up.
So 2 down. Eddie Matthews digs in now. This guy with light tower power. Acuna, the runner at third. Harris at second. Hank at first. 2 out of the inning. And 1-2.
It's had a tough day at the plate. 3 strikeouts already. It's hard not to think negative, but you got to find a way to somehow center up the baseball and put it in play.
Not even close there. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Goes down looking. 4 runs in the inning, and they've jumped in front. Last half of the 8th coming up. Braves 6 and the Nationals 2. Here comes a new arm for the Braves, Jesse Chavez.
And he's got a nice lead to work with, so he should come in throwing strikes, attacking these hitters.
And now Tim Raines.
Well, both sides equally as strong. So not a good time to try to turn him around with a relief pitcher and put him on the other side of the plate.
Ball to strike.
Well, that's really the money spot. Down and away. If you can locate that consistently, it's going to be real tough for guys to square that up. That's what you love to see relievers do coming out of that bullpen.
The 1-2.
Ball 2.
And that one popped to short. Jones makes the catch. 1 away.
The batter, number 5, shortstop, C.J. Abrams.
C.J. Abrams digging in for the Nationals.
Taken high in the draft, he's had that top prospect label over him since he put on a professional uniform. But at some point, that starts to go away, and you've got to produce at the big league level.
And the pitch. Good eye right there.
This is a very important inning here. After scoring all those runs, you want your pitcher to come out and just mow them down. The offense has worked hard. It's shut down inning time.
2-1 now. They say you win.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
And a pitch. Swings through that one. It's a strikeout. Now 2 away.
Bogey just ran out of patience there. He took a couple of pitches to even that count off at 2 balls and 2 strikes, but that time chased outside the zone.
2 outs, base is empty. And now the right fielder, Vladimir Guerrero. 3-1 is on the way. Right side. Aaron gets under it. He's got it. And that is out number 3. 3 up, 3 down for Washington. They still trail it here. It's 6-2. Back in Washington, D.C. All set to start the 9th in this one. So now to the plate for Atlanta, Chipper Jones. And he deals. Check swing, went around. Now 1-2. Here comes a pitch. Swings and misses. Now one gone in the ninth. Matt Olson up to the plate.
Good swing out of him last time. Ripped a liner into center. With this kind of lead, he can swing freely. Try to hit the ball out of the park. Do what he loves to do.
In there at the knees. It's 2-2. This one popped up. Garcia under this one. Out number 2.
Now back, catcher, Sean Murphy.
Now it's the Atlanta catcher, Sean Murphy.
Really good piece of hitting last time, going to the opposite field.
Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout. So they make short work of him there. On to the bottom of inning number 9. 4, 5, 6 coming up. Braves 6 and the Nationals 2. So bottom of the 9th, and here is Gary Carter. This is a guy who is very highly regarded defensively. Fun to watch him control stuff behind the plate. Good game caller. Good at framing, but it's that big arm that really stands out.
You come into the game knowing that unless the ball's in the dirt or gets by him, we're probably not going to steal anything today. So that's where you want to get a little more aggressive on your secondary lead and hope that some base hits, some slugs, some home runs can come into play.
So the bullpen doing a nice job backing up the effort from their starter.
Yeah, we've seen some pretty excellent pitching out of this staff so far. I mean, they've come in ready to do their job and get outs. They've been pretty tough to get to in this one.
Right-handed reliever. Bounced, and that got the pitcher. Now only one out remaining.
The third baseman.
Last chance for the Nats in this one. Jamer Candelario digging in for the Nationals as the Nationals are down to their final out. And the righty deals. In the air, left field. He's got it. Ball game. And the Braves take the season opener and move to 1-0.
It's always nice to grab the opener of a series. You come into a new ballpark and just sometimes things aren't as comfortable as what you've been used to. The mound doesn't look straight. The background isn't what you like, but they didn't let any of those things distract them. In fact, they looked like they were playing a home game. Excellent job to set the tone for this series.
And your final 6-2 for Chris Singleton and our entire crew. I'm John Shambi saying so long.
The final line score for our ball game this afternoon for the victorious Atlanta Braves. 6 runs, 9 hits, no errors. They left 11 men on base. For the Nationals, 2 runs on just 1 base hit, no errors. They left 4 men on base. Time of the ball game, 3 hours and 8 minutes. Our paid attendance at Nationals Park this afternoon, 41,339. The Nationals thank you for your attendance and remind you to please drive home safely.